Okay, recap for was it Tuesday? Yep, Tuesday the 25th of November 2025. So, it was kind of simple, right? Quick to the point. It's a bit weird. Right? So let's just explain it real quick, right? Let's just get a replay to explain the daily conditions or the day condition, right? So, from the PM yesterday, look, there's market close. We've been consolidating Asia, we've consolidated in London, and we consolidate in pre-market, right? All of this is consolidation, right? This is market open right here, this area. So we just need to know that. Second thing is we have at this current moment two buy sides, and well, this is I'm talking at 9:30. Once we open that market, we have right here 9:30. We have 1, 2, and 3 sell side and 1, 2 buy side left, right? And I'm bullish. So I'm bullish on price, but I'm bearish first. Why? Because I need us to hit the discount of our Monday's price, right? So from that low to the high, I'm basically getting Monday's range. The whole Monday's range, I want us to go to discount, right? And then we could start looking for bullish price action, right? So essentially making like some sort of weird market maker buy model, which I did not expect to finish today. I expected us to come down and just keep consolidating around here until the end of the day, right? And then for Wednesday to go up. However, I forgot this week is Thanksgiving, right? Market is gonna close early, so if it's gonna reach its objectives and stuff, it's gotta do it today. It's gotta hurry up, right? This would have been a move, right? Tuesday's move, consolidating, and then Wednesday's move would go up, blah blah blah. But I feel like we're skipping days basically. So we done the move down and we done the move up at the same day, which is very unlikely that it would have happened today. However, the way that it's set up, it kind of explains, and I'm gonna show how it's set up and why I thought whatever, right? So first thing is today we have PPI, right? So core PPI at 8:30. But before that, we have, I think, some sort of other news because we rally up. We have the manipulation, right? So now understand this is the manipulation, right? At 7:40, whatever. Because look at the PPI candle. Nothing. This is how the PPI candle should look. So I'm guessing this news was more important. What does this go to? It goes back to the rejection block, goes above midnight opening price, goes above new daily opening gap. That's all manipulation show. I'm expecting that high to stay in place, right? Even though I have it marked as buy side with this buy side, I'm expecting it to go to place and stay in place until we hit the discount of the range. Okay. Why? All the consolidation is respecting something, which is that we're going lower, right? So let me, for example, show you on this time frame, or I mean the other chart. As we can see, price is respecting the midpoint of this, right? On the hourly, on the daily, right? Watch. As long as we're below this, we're bearish. As you can see, we closed above today. So at that time, we're still closing, we still mean we're bearish, right? So that adds more confluence. So the problem is here at 9:30, I want some sort of extra manipulation, right? Because me, my remembrance of this similar day, we do this exact same thing, but the news is at 10. So we actually go and make this exact same thing, right? This kind of like movement at 10. So we go down initially, we go take, like, for example, let's say this London sell side liquidity, but then we go up and then we like do basically this at 10 and then start going down and offer something like this entry, right? So you see how this entry was offered and then we go down. Yeah, so then I was like, okay, we might have open and gone type of market scenario. I can't lie, it was a bit of an impulsive trade, right? And then when I entered, like, it was a small risk because there was a big chance that it would go, and I'd expected this to stay open, but then it wicked it, closed it, and I was just like, I don't know if I want my risk to be up there, right? And if I would have left it, yes, the trade would have played out, but look how close it got. You know, it was not worth it to get on the trade, even though now I know it's gonna short, right? The only problem is now we take this liquidity, right? So at this time the ratio is 2 to 2, so it could still go lower, which means taking this. What did I want? I want displacement. So like let me pull that liquidity back, right? What did I want? I want displacement through that liquidity. And then once you see, look at that low, what do? We displace through both them liquidities. That means yes, we're going lower for a larger objective. A larger objective means a higher time frame objective, and to me that was the discount, because looking at here I can't see anything the price should stop at, but I know it should go at least to the discount of the range, right? So I go here, it makes the gap, and I'm trying to tap it right here and put a limit order. I want this to be an institution order flow entry drill. I'm expecting most of this to stay open, and at the same time this was the first presented fair value gap. It said no, boom, boom, that's it, trade is missed, right? We're already too close to the TP, we hit TP, right? And then I'm watching, what do we do? So on the 4 hour, this is the CE, right? Because if we want to go even lower and target this for some reason, which means I'm wrong on being bullish after that, then we'd close below the CE of this fair value gap that has the order block, right? But as you can see, we go to the CE, right? So to me, this is like a scuffed market maker buy model, maybe reversal type of thing. But for me to be convinced, I could buy this. I was just confused that the price didn't go down to offer this buy, right? Even if it's going up, and it doesn't offer it, because by here I thought I'm done, I'm off the chart. Look, it's 9:50, I'm done, I'm off the chart, right? Because I want shorts. There's a possibility it could go up there, but there's a possibility it does this for the rest of the day, right? Look at all this stalling. This stalling is not random. I expected all this stalling, right? Because it technically should not really be going up today, but I'm pretty sure it's just because of the short weekend. Short week, right? Anyway, it doesn't offer the low risk buy, which means it's gonna offer it, right? That's what I know. If it doesn't offer it, it means it's gonna offer it. Same with here, it didn't offer the short, which means it's gonna offer it. So me knowing that from not just just experience, seeing it so many times, or like me trying to chase it and it already offers the entry later, I understood exactly what we're doing. We're gonna go up there to go down there. I knew exactly what I'm looking for. So I was like, okay, I know it's gonna do that, but there is that slight chance where it could just say, you know what, V was so bullish, V recovery, and we're just gonna close above the gap and just use it. So first thing, this is an inversion gap, and the only reason I missed this trade, I didn't want to market order, is because ES at the same time here was more bullish, right? And I was seeing if it's gonna take this high and make the SMT, and also because it was respecting this gap, right? And this would be something on the 15 minutes, right? So I put this and I wanted it to inverse, right? So just notice the time that it inversed it, or it looked like it's gonna inverse it. This candle was at 9:42. This candle is at 9:41. 9:40. So it was already too late to be like pre-firing it, basically, because ES was much higher. Anyway, so I noticed all of this and I was like, all right, that's it, my trade is done. But then when it start going back up, I'm all there like, okay, everything here is way less probable than I thought, so I locked myself out of the XFAs, right? Because there's no need to trade something that I already missed, technically. However, for the combine, I was like, I could buy up to there, or I could sell up to there. And remember, this is the same distance as what my original trade would be, right? To here, 130, right? But then, once it went up, I limit ordered it, but I didn't even need to wait. Limit order, right? Bodies are closing. It hits the inversion again and a breaker, and at the same time, first presented fair value gap, bodies closing below the midpoint, smacks the midpoint and zooms back. Instantly into like break even. That's how I said my entries are going to be. My entries would be in break even in like less than a minute most of the time, right? I'm either right and like, and I want the entries that are just straight to the point, not like these entries. You know what I'm saying? I'm stalling, right? And you is going down here to offer the buy. Like I'm shorting because it's gonna go up, but it's gonna go up like this, and it could have went up to here, right? And then it could have went down, right? But again, it uses the first presented again down here to go buy up and then reclaim the gap. Regardless, the trade is literally the same amount as my TP, right? And this one was as fast. 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes. We hit TP. Well, simple as that. That was like 2.5 on the combine. And the XFA was protected because it was not worth it to trade this because there is a chance for it to go higher and V-tape recovery. But I relied on experience. I relied on just the knowledge, or I don't whatever. You know, you could say, oh, you could have bought this to go up there, which I knew there's a possibility, there is a chance. But like, do I want to sit through 2 hours or just catch basically what I want in 4 minutes? No brainer, bro. I can't. I like, if you ask me, I hate trading, bro. This shit is so boring, bro. Like, I can't be else watching these candles. If I see something that I know I could take, boom, done. Because here I wouldn't know how I would react, right? For 4 hours, like, oh, it's going up, oh, it's going down. Look, it closed below the first, and trust me, this could have closed down and then went down. But just looking at my other chart, right, the one that has the PD arrays, we can see that low is not random. That low is exactly the midpoint of a wick to the tick. Let's check just what that wick is, right? And that is the wick from here. I know it's from time ago, but hey, price uses it. Price uses it to the tick, right? So as if we like pull it up down here, just to get the points clear. Because once we clear it, I'm gonna have no use for it, right? Price uses it to the tick. So me, if I was watching that chart, I would know exactly that this is the low, right? And I would have probably bought rather than shorted. But the fact that I knew it's gonna go all the way down here to buy, because that's how, even if we want to go up, that's how we should start the market maker buy model with this low risk sell. I mean low risk buy. It's just like, yo, I'm cooking. I'm cooking hard. That's all I know. I'm cooking hard. I didn't limit order, did not even bother. I'm cooking. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, I think that's the market recap. One more thing is just, of course, we went up to also fill the regular trading hours. This is one of the rare days as well because we should have stayed down. Why? Because we barely missed the 0.75 of the opening range gap, which we tend to normally just meander and then just close lower later on. However, price had other plans, short week or whatever, and it went and closed it and actually delivered to the liquidity, right? But yeah, that's about it really. One more confluences and stuff. ES was already taken. Liquidity, the liquidities were stacking even more on ES. So yeah, even though this wasn't the clear buy setup because it wasn't discount liquidity PD array, it was more like discount PD array, right? There was no real like liquidity that price set up because price wanted to go. However, it made the liquidity by just cooking people, right? So yeah, what do I expect for tomorrow is the question. Okay, so let's just get rid of all the garbage from the chart. This and that. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Oh yeah, like I said yesterday, these are drawn from yesterday. Where would I expect price to go? I said I would expect price to go all the way up. If we're gonna be bearish, and this is how I expect it today to be, really, you know, that would stall, right? But like this would be up here, right? We touch this lower quadrant, or I'm guessing this is a breaker block on a higher time frame if I had it there. And like maximum would be this for anything bearish. Anything on top of that, we're so bullish if we're gonna clear it. Like we're not even gonna touch the discount. However, as you can see, price had other plans. It did it the other way. It stalled, it went down and then went up, right? Because look, went up to where? To the high of the breaker, right? And now we're gonna make it to the midpoint of that wick, right? Once we close above it, we're so bullish, right? And here, that's the thing, because of all this stall and this garbageness, we're gonna maybe like consolidate, go down somewhere, and then go attack these highs for tomorrow, most likely, right? Most likely. I don't see any bearish price action, especially that we closing above the midpoint of the breaker right now. I know it's too early to say, but like at this rate, like the lower quadrant, we're making a fair value gap on hourly, right? Come down here, right? So I don't even expect this low to be visited. This is low for like a minute now, right? I believe we offered discount yesterday, and today is generally going to be an expansion for Wednesday. So I'm expecting maybe we'll make relative equal highs. Maybe we make relative equal highs with this. Come back down for New York and offer us an entry to buy up to, let's say, that gap. Let's say that's our TP for tomorrow. Something like that. If we're feeling extra, right? That's all if we do this, this, and that, like I just said, right? If we're feeling extra, let's aim for something like that gap. Let's have a quick on the 4 hour. Let's make it bigger here. Make it better. This 4 hour gap, right? So if we want to overextend, I feel like we could go up there and then we could retrace again, which would make this an order block. It's got the lowest down close, changing state delivery, market structure shift, and an order block at the same time, and basically a breaker at the same time. All of these once we go above here. So this whole area with this could be a reaper as well. Is a nice place for price to go back up again, and then in itself this could actually generally be the shift for this market maker sell model, and then we could start using stuff like this right here once we close above it tomorrow, if we're gonna, right, to push price higher. So all of this is what I'm watching. So I'm gonna have these on the chart. I'm gonna keep this blue thing was just a rejection block, right? How we treat price was stolen under it. Once we go above as well to go down, we used it again. But now I don't need any of this or this or any of this. I don't expect any retracement near down here. And low-key, if I want to, like, could just be buying this session or something, whatever retracement to buy it, because it'll still keep going up. But I believe that New York will offer a retracement. And that's it. That'll be my last trade of the week, basically, Wednesday, because it's an early week, as you can see. We have bank holiday, and Friday's early close as well. So yeah, one and done, I guess, for tomorrow, if I can even find a trade on the XFA, because Monday it was not probable. Tuesday it was there, it didn't give it to me, because I want the best of the best risk management, whatever, on these XFAs. And so yeah, I mean, it offered me a combine trade, which is the same trade but less probable. Nothing I'm gonna take. And tomorrow, if everything aligns, if everything's perfect, we'll take something on the XFA and the combine. If not, I guess it's the combine. I'm not gonna die if I don't trade on the XFA. It's not the end of the world, right? But yeah, that's the market recap. I'm also again glad that I'm just peaceful with it, right? Like I don't care about not trading or missing, or and the fact that I was ready to close out my whole session because I knew like the TP was hit and I knew this is how it's gonna act. That was perfect. But it offered me, right? It offered me the entry again. But yeah, I'm just glad that I'm practicing, I guess, delayed gratification, right? I'm peaceful with missing the moves. I don't care. I'm slow with it. If it's good, I'll take it. If it's not good, it's not the end of the world. And it's honestly, that's my best tip, right? If it's good, take it. If it's good but like not good enough, take it on a combine. And if it's garbage, just don't trade it. Simple as that. Strictly keep it to like 1 to 2 trades. Keep a maximum drawdown, which is very kind of small as well. Okay, because you know if you went over that, you definitely got the market wrong, because you should not be doing any of that. And on top of that, once you enter, trust the process. And once I enter this move personally, my entries are, I'm working for them to be very good, very great. That once 1 minute goes by and I see like a market structure shift or small swing, go break even, because I know I'm trying to enter at the best of the best. So if I'm entering at the best of the best, price should not come back to my entry. And yeah, that's the market recap. Peace out.